Hey internet friends, Carter here. Got another conversational video for you. This one's going to be another open the floodgates for comments and probably a bunch of thumbs downs and this, and that. This is going to tackle the big question that kind of is really huge right now, and that is, are knives just tools? Is that all they are? And I'm not only going to kind of express some of my opinions, but I'm asking for yours. We've got three different knives here, kind of representing kind of different ideas and philosophies behind knives, so to speak. Maybe not the best examples, but it's what I grabbed. Recently there's been a huge kind of, I guess you'd call it a subgroup of knife guys who are just, diligently into the concept of knives are just tools. They're meant to be used. Who cares about fit and finish and, if it's smooth or fancy, it's a tool, it's meant to cut. And that's it. And then of course there's people that are not really into that particular mindset and they think knives are much more. So I'm going to talk about what I kind of think, and I go back and forth, because I'm human, and some days I think this, some days I think that, and but more or less I'm kind of in the middle, and I'll teeter around here and there. But first off, high level, are knives just tools? No, absolutely not. There's a very long history of decorative knives. There's a long history of art knives, before centuries ago. It's ingrained in the culture. Same with guns. It's not popular right now, but there is huge spans of history where it was very popular, especially if it belonged to a dignitary, a leader, somebody like that. You would kind of express its importance by, making it more ornate. It was still functional. Beneath all that, it was still a functional gun or knife, but you'd add to it to designate it as being special. So, to simply throw all that away and try to completely erase that history, I think is kind of, not foolish, but, you can't do it. It's ingrained in it. And a lot of people, when they do argumentative conversations with knives as tools, they talk about hammers, how if they needed a hammer, they would go out and buy a hammer that had the features that they needed, the weight to make it function correctly, and they wouldn't care about fit and finish or, this, and that. But there's not a history of decorative art hammers or people collecting hammers or things like that. And, as much as you want to distance yourself from that and just look at the object itself and its intended use and things like that, the history's there, and it's always going to be there. And so I don't think you can completely separate yourself from that concept. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying that knives should be decorated, or that people that don't like decorated knives or think that knives are tools are wrong. Not at all. I'm just saying there's an argument for both ways. You can't just say, no, you're full of crap. Anybody that thinks a knife is something more than just a tool, you're up in the night and you're full of crap. I don't think you can make that argument. There's a history to say otherwise. So, well, and another thing, I'm trying to not be super controversial, but I kind of am, that's just the way I am. And it seems like whenever somebody takes an extreme position on something is when I kind of jump in and say, whoa, really, because I just don't believe in extreme positions. I don't believe things are black and white or anything like that. There's a lot of gray in the world. But a lot of the people that really tout, really jam their fists in the air that knives are just tools, and anybody that collects them or puts them in a safe or babies them is just stupid. That statement is just kind of flawed, because more than likely the person making that statement has a bunch of knives and they all have this intrinsic value to them. It may not be in their physical look or characteristics, but it's something else. So if it really was just a tool, they would buy one that suited their tasks, and that would be it. And if it broke or it got lost, they'd just buy another one. So obviously it is more than just a tool to you. That's why you're on these forums and sharing pictures and stories and buying new ones and, doing all this stuff, because it is more than just a tool. I have a hammer in my garage, and I don't make videos about my hammer. I'm not out looking at hammer forms, if there is such a thing, wanting to trade my hammer. No, I bought it because it was reasonably priced and it works for my needs, and that was it. Hammer issue done. Probably for the rest of my life unless I lose it. Done. Knives, obviously, are a much larger part of my life for some reason. And you got to look at that and say, why is that? If it really was just a tool, I would have bought a knife that I needed, which actually would probably be a very little knife that I would carry on my keys, and that would be it. And I would never buy another knife because that would have solved my knife needs for my entire life. So obviously there's something else ingrained in the history, the function, the something of knives that make it more than just a tool. But let me know what you guys think. What is your opinion on, not only are knives just tools, but also what do you think, on a deep level, what do you think it is that we're knife guys? Now, why is that? Is it just because we have kind of collector mentality about things and knives are cooler than coins or stamps? Or do you think it's something other than that? I don't know. Let me know, guys. Leave a comment down below. I'd really want to hear what you guys have to say. Make a video response. That would be even cooler. All right, guys. Take it easy.